I'm always excited to find new ICOs as they do tend to offer opportunities to make some really good returns. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about Torga, which is launching on platforms today for sale. And it's a token based around a DeFi system that enables small business lending, which is around the world a $5 trillion problem. At the moment, there is no market leader in this industry within the crypto space, so there's a potential huge market space for Torga to get involved. At the moment, in terms of challenges for small businesses to get capital, it can be very difficult, and the market leaders from fintech firms do tend to make it ultra expensive, which makes it even more difficult for new businesses to get up and running. So Torga is going to solve that problem with their new token. Okay, so we can see here the mission. They want to fix how small businesses across the globe access working capital. They think small companies add the most value, yet systematically receive the worst deals when it comes to their lending requirements. They believe that DeFi offers the perfect solution for solving this problem. Through our automated credit risk analysis and staking, we can provide the solution that small companies require. Okay, so if we jump across this diagram, you can see a little bit about how it is all working. Okay, so basically small businesses come in and they will pay a fee up to something like 25% of the loan that they want to borrow, and that will be given in collateral and that will be transferred to Torga tokens, which will then be given as collateral to the peer-to-peer community, which is obviously the retailers, etc., as well as the institutional investors. Lend Torga tokens back to the small businesses who can then use that money or that revenue to invest in the companies as they see fit at significantly lower fees than already exist within the banks, but also give you as an investor a really great opportunity to earn some perhaps passive income. And if we jump over to this article here over on Financial Samurai, he talks about peer-to-peer lending being one of the most simple and effective ways he's ever found to make a passive income. It's outperformed his stocks, selling of old baseball cards, and his own business ideas, everything. So this is an exciting way for you to perhaps branch into the world of peer-to-peer lending to give yourself a bit of a good feeling about helping out these small to medium enterprises which may be getting off the ground to deliver some awesome projects to the world. Who knows? Basically, a small to medium enterprise will come and apply for the capital online. They'll get approved or rejected, and it's supposed to be very quick, happening within sort of 10 to 15 minutes, perhaps even less. And then they'll be sort of funded through peer-to-peer network funding. Working capital will then be released, and then they will start to repay. And if we look at the roadmap, Torga is obviously well off and running. Today, trading will commence at 3 PM CET, as well as the white paper being released later on in the month. And Torga will also be added to at least a minimum of one exchange, which will start providing liquidity into the market, because a lot of the new ICOs don't necessarily have that liquidity, and you might be able to buy it, but it's often can be difficult to sell off, so that's something worth considering. However, you know, if you look at Torga, it seems to be pretty well set up. Okay, later on into October, they'll be looking at ambassador teams, influencers, etc. And then they'll be announcing a first strategic corporate partnership in November. So there's obviously some exciting things to pay attention to, particularly during December, where they'll also be doing an airdrop, etc. So there's lots of good things mapped out on the roadmap ahead. And as I've mentioned, guys, when we see new ICOs, if we can really understand without having to drill down too much into the white paper what a company is going to do and how you can see it actually adding real world value, then it tends to be something that we can potentially see as a good investment, particularly if we get in at the start for a very low early start price. Okay, so key features of Torga. There's only ever going to be a 10 million coin supply, guys, so at the moment it's going to launch at a significantly lower price than I suspect it will end up at. We can see 10 million coins, unlike many other ICOs launching with sort of into the billions worth of coins. We can see that actually if we were to even buy a small amount of coins, we potentially would be able to see significant gains over the time. The first year, 20% will be locked up, so it will stop any sort of rug pulls, etc. Going on. 1.5 million coins have been put into pre-sale, which obviously finished up during August, and ultimately then leaves 4.49 million floated for active trading. So that's basically your opportunity to get involved. At the moment, there'll be a good amount of liquidity in the market, allowing you to be able to buy at discounted rates. If you think about the use cases going forward for crypto, this one solves a huge issue and can really be something that is very useful. If we think about Bitcoin, etc., destroying the use cases for things like banks, then things like Torga are going to also add to that in that they're going to be able to provide a service that the banks are offering, but do it at a much lower cost, a much better and easier way. There's obviously going to be something happening for Torga. So I think it's definitely worth coming over and taking a look at the website. I'll leave a link for it in the description below. Also, if you head over to Reddit, you can see there's a post from Torga which will give you a bit more information about it. You can see it as well. The Telegram chat, Discord chat, and I've been in those and I can see that they're very, very active. So there's going to be lots of people available to answer your questions. Also, when you've got big communities that are very active like that, they do tend to be something that's going to stick around for much longer and potentially offer us a good return for our money. So guys, definitely head over and take a look. If you've got any questions, make sure you leave them down below. Hope you've enjoyed today's new ICO update. Make sure you stick around tomorrow for another video. Thanks very much for watching. Bye-bye.